This is Jeannie from Trendy, and doing this Facebook Live by myself tonight. Carrie's a little under the weather, and she's watching from home. And if you have any questions, I think maybe she'll be able to, chime in and, answer those or whatnot. But if you will let me know if somebody can see me and hear me, and to make sure that I'm broadcasting to our Trendy Facebook page and not, off in a black hole somewhere, then that will help. And as soon as somebody gets here, we'll go ahead and get started. And yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that you can see me. Well, I'm Jeannie from Trendy, and today or tonight we're going to make a flower wreath. And the reason that we've done several flower wreath tutorials, if you followed our tutorials, but tonight we have a different product to use, and we have a new center. Flower center to use. So I'm really excited about that. It's made out of styrofoam. The kicker on the flower wreath has always been it's difficult to fill in the center, so this is going to be neat. All these products came from Trendy, and if Carrie's out there and she's watching, she'll post the link to the product page. This will be in a kit. We'll have a assorted flower wreath kit, and you can choose by the color. It'll be fuchsia, daffodil, orange, or red. All of the kits have the lime fabric mesh. This is a combination mesh. It's polypropylene and also has polyester in it. So it's 24% polypropylene and 76% polyester. So it has a great texture about it. I think it ravels less than regular mesh, but I like it. I like the texture. It's more like squares rather than just a plain weave. But we have the orange, the daffodil, and I have red somewhere, but I'll show you that later. The first thing we're going to do is start with a 24-inch pencil wreath, and we're also going to use a 10-inch pencil wreath. So I'm going to take, this is just an evergreen wreath, and I'm going to go ahead and take my 10-inch pencil wreath and attach it. This is what I call a stacked method. I like it because it makes your leaves show up a little more. It just gives your wreath a little larger size than just using the 10-inch by itself. So we're going to take our 10-inch wreath and just kind of center it right on top of the 24-inch wreath, and I'm going to attach that with some zip ties. Sorry, I'm missing my helper. Anyway, so I've got 4 zip ties, and I'm just going to lay that wreath on top of the 24-inch, and I'm going to attach like 4 zip ties. And I'm not going to pull the zip ties tight yet. I'm just going to attach them, and then I'll come back and tug on them and get them a little bit tighter. But for right now, I'm just going to slip the zip ties through there, put the 2 wreaths together, Friday night is not a great night to do lives, I know, but we'd appreciate it so much if you share our link with your friends, and maybe we could get more viewers. All that's very helpful, of course. And let us know where you're from. It's always interesting to know who all is watching you. Of course, I'm filming from my iPhone, so I can't see your comments from here. I can see the thumbs up as they go by, but I can't read the comments from here. I should have brought my iPad and set it up too. So after I have got 4 chenille stems attached, then I'm just going to kind of tighten them up. You can't get that wreath perfectly centered, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. You just mainly want to get it secure enough to where it doesn't wobble around. Just tighten that up. And then I'm going to go back and cut the ends off those chenille cut the ends off those zip ties. And I know this is a no-no, but I don't see my wire cutters right handy, so I'm going to use scissors just to cut those off. That's not something you're supposed to do, so just, you know, close your eyes and let me do that. If you've been working on a project today, let us know about it. And if you have a business name, put your business name out there while we're working. Okay, I went ahead and I pre-cut my mesh. The mesh is 10 inches in width. It's on a 10-yard roll. I cut 10-inch pieces. I went ahead and did that just to save some time. So I went ahead and cut up the whole roll of the lime green and a whole roll of the pink, of the fuchsia. So the first thing we're going to do is going to start on our leaves. I'm just going to have to move that. This is going to fall off in the floor, of course. But to make your petal, you're going to take your square and just kind of smooth it out. You see that? Get some of this out of the way. Take that mesh and kind of smooth it out. Bring a corner to the center. Bring the other corner to the center. And then just kind of scrunch it up. It kind of makes a sort of like a little bow tie. And of course that's the underneath side of your petal. So you want to flip it over. Keep it pinched, and we're going to start on the outside of the wreath and just going to attach it. I'm just going to give that one twist to hold it right now, and then take your leaves and kind of scrunch them together. You want to make a V and kind of push that to the outside. Now, the 24-inch wreath has 18 twists. And you're able to get 30 pieces of mesh off of that 10-yard roll. So we're going to start out by putting 2 petals in each twist around that outer ring of the 24-inch wreath. Now, we won't have enough to be able to put 2 petals in each twist on the inner ring, but that's okay. All right, to put down my second petal, I'm just going to open up that twist. Lay that second petal down, and this time I'm going to twist it a couple of times. And since this is all that I'm going to put in that twist, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to kind of push my petals, kind of make a V, kind of push those to the outside, scrunch them together like that. And I'm going to take those twists that I won't need anymore and just poke them to the inside to get them out of the way. Okay? So that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to continue to work all the way around. Just continue making the petals. And if you can make 2 at a time, you know, you can hold it with a chip clip or something. Make 2 at a time. And that way you can attach the 2 together. Just be sure to flip them over so that you have your solid part on top. You can put 2 together, put that in a twist, and secure it. And just poke those, pull those petals kind of to the outside. And I'm just going to poke my twist ends to the inside to get them out of the way. And just keep working around the wreath. Whichever way is easiest for you. If it's easier to just do 1 petal at a time and attach, that's fine. But we're going to put 2 petals in each twist. If you're just now joining us, I'm Jeannie from Trendy. Carrie's home. She's a little bit under the weather, so she's home tonight. And I'm doing a live from the shop here in town. Of course, our building is in the industrial park, and this is all empty at night. But my husband is here. He's on the computer back there while I get this live done, so he's waiting on me. Let us know where you're from. And like I say, put your business name out there. Now this is a little bit harder for me to do a Facebook Live not having Carrie here to talk to. So if you've got questions or comments, go ahead and post them. I think she's watching. She'll be able to answer those for you. We've gotten in lots of new spring things here at Trendy Tree. Lots of new products going up every day. I did a short little live this afternoon to show you some new signs that we have. Oh, and I cut my mesh before we got started, and I don't know what you use to cut your mesh with, but this is a Fisker's 16mm rotary cutter, and that works really great. We use that and a self-healing cutting mat that really speeds things up when you're doing this kind of a project. Flower wreath is always very popular. We have made it several different ways, and filling in that center is always the kicker, because it's always hard to get the right size ball ties that you need, or to come up with something different to fill in the center. And so we have these new Styrofoam flower centers, and we have them in yellow, green, and brown, and they'll be in the kits. So we'll have the fuchsia kit. We'll have fuchsia and then lime green for the leaves, a yellow center. And then the orange kit will have, of course, lime for the leaves and a green center. And the daffodil will have a brown center. And I think the red, we'll see how it looks with the green center. So we have 4 different kits for you to choose from. And the flower wreath is probably one of the least expensive wreaths that you can make. Of course, we have a lot of customers who make wreaths to sell. I always feel like I'm talking to the person that's the individual that's just making a wreath for their own purposes. So this is really pretty inexpensive. I think that kit is about $32, so that's not bad at all. I was trying to think of some other changes that I need to let you know about. We do have a brand new website coming out. We'll be getting more information out about that as it gets closer to launching. But it's going to have some really nice features, especially for our regular routine customers. There's going to be a built-in customer incentive, I guess, a discount type basis, and depending on the amount of your cumulative orders over a period of time, you will qualify for a percentage discount. So I don't have those exact figures yet to know where the discount will be, but say, you know, if you spent $500 and you have a discount, and then you get up to $1,000, then you have a larger discount. So we're really looking forward to that, because I think that's a great way to reward our regular customers. There'll also be some quantity discounts that everybody can take advantage of. And what will be a little different on the new website, we've tried quantity discounts in the past, and they didn't work real well for us, because most people that want a quantity discount need a quantity discount, but they don't need like 20 of one kind of mesh. So on the new website, the discount will be, let's just say, if you have a discount if you order 10 rolls of mesh. It doesn't have to be 10 rolls of the same color mesh. It can be 10 rolls of mesh from a variety of different styles of mesh. I'm going to pick up some more of my green that's fallen off in the floor. So that will be good. Say, like work wreaths. I mean, typically, well, work wreaths come 12 to a case. So if you need 12 wreaths, then, you know, the case pack might get you the best discount. But with the new website, you can get 2 burlap, a red, a purple, a green, or whatever. So anyway, we're looking forward to that. And we'll give you more information about that as we get closer to going live. I know we have a lot of customers watching probably that are doing some Facebook Lives. If you'll give us a heads up, you know, when you're doing those lives, we're just happy to share them on our page. And we hope that you'll share this link with your friends. The more viewers we have, the more it helps. Okay, so I've gone all the way around the 24-inch pencil wreath with 2 petals in each twist. Now, I'm going to come back to the inner ring of the 24-inch wreath, and I'm going to start with a petal, and then I'll alternate, put 2 petals in the next, because I'm not going to have enough petals to put 2 in each space, in each twist. So I'll put 1, and the next one I'll put 2, and I'll just alternate like that until I run out of mesh. Typically with a 10-yard roll, you'll get 29, 30, or maybe even 31 pieces. When you cut it 10 inches, sometimes it'll be a little longer than 10 yards. Sometimes it'll be just a shade under. So I'll put 1 petal in, 1 twist, and on the next one I'll put 2, and I'll just keep alternating like that till I use them up. And I'll use all the green. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just, when I finish, I know like that twist, I have 2 petals. Then I'm going to take my tips and just poke them to the inside to get them out of the way. It's been such a rainy day here. We've had rain all week, and some of you may have seen my post where my husband and I are building a house, and we sold our old house, which was great, and we moved out of it 2 weeks ago. So in the meantime, we're staying in my brother's RV. Y'all will remember my brother. Pick up some more mesh. We did some Facebook Lives from his shop. Well, now the RV is parked in his parking lot, and we're staying in the RV. Now, we go to Carrie and David some too, and that gives us a real break. But, you know, you just hate to stay, you know, right under somebody's feet for so long. We thought we would be, you know, 2 weeks and we'd be in the house, and we're going on 3 weeks now, and it's raining every day, and it's liable to be 3 more weeks before we get into our house, so we're just getting used to it, I guess. Anybody got plans for the weekend? Something fun other than working? I hope so. Okay, so I'm just working around the inner ring, and I'm alternating. If you're just now joining us, I'm Jeannie at Trendy. Carrie's not with me tonight. She's at home recuperating a little bit, and we're making a flower wreath. We're using lime fabric mesh for our petals. We cut our pieces in 10-inch pieces. The lime is what we're using for our petals, and fuchsia is what we're going to use for the flower petals. These are our leaves. And I'm working on the inner ring right now. And like I said, I don't have enough of the green to put 2 petals in each twist. So I'm putting 1 petal in 1 twist, and then I'm moving to the next and doing 2. And I'll just keep doing that till I run out of green, which I'm just about out. Whoops. So, to make my petal, in case you didn't see that, you take the square of mesh and just lay it down, bring one corner to the center, bring the other corner to the center, and then just scrunch it up, pinch it up, and you can see this is kind of the underneath side of the petal where you want to flip it over to attach it so you've got the solid on top. And I'm just putting one petal in one twist and 2 petals in the next, and I'll do that till I run out of mesh. This is a fabric mesh. It's like 76% polyester and 24% polypropylene, so it's got a great feel to it, and it still has the properties of the polypropylene. It has a recoil to it, so it's good for outside. Of course, like anything made out of plastic or poly, you leave it outside long enough and it will fade. So now I'm going back. I have like a couple of pieces left. So I'm going back to the twist that I only had 1 petal and just adding another one where I can. And to do that, I'm opening that twist back up, laying the petal down, and then reclosing that twist, giving it 2 or 3 turns, and then I'm just poking those tips to the inside. And I've got 1 left. And then we'll be finished with our leaves. If you just now drop it in, be sure to let us know where you're from. And if you have a business name, put it out there. It helps us connect names and businesses together. Okay, so now we have our leaves finished. So that's where we're at so far. Okay, so the leaves went on the 24-inch pencil wreath, and now we're going to put our flower petals on this was a hot pink 10-inch, and I stacked the 2 wreaths together. I stacked the 10-inch on top of the 24 and just secured it with zip ties. And I cut the fuchsia fabric mesh just like I did the leaves. It's in 10-inch pieces. The fabric mesh has like 76% polyester and 24% polypropylene. I'm going to make the leaves the same way. Now, let's see, I think there is 12 twists on the 10-inch pencil. So we can do 2 petals in each twist, of course that's 24, and have a few petals left over. So sometimes, especially around the center, we may want to take those extra petals. We'll put 2 in each twist, and then we'll have some extras left over. And if we need to fill in some gaps, we'll put those on a pick and fill those in. But you just let the mesh lay down, smooth it out a little bit, and then bring a corner to the center, another corner to the center. You can like overlap that a little bit if you want to, and then just pinch that up. Okay, that's your underneath side. You want to flip it over, and we're going to start on the outer ring of the 10-inch pencil wreath, and we're going to put 2 petals in each twist. I'm just going to secure that with 1 twist, just kind of very lightly there while I make my second petal. I wish I could read your comments. I've got to set this up with my iPad so I can do that the next time. So I'm going to, as I secure my petal and I'm finished with that twist, I'm just tucking it to the inside. Take the petal, kind of squeeze it together, and you want them to kind of come out like a V out that way. This will be a wreath kit. This will be the fuchsia. We have 4 different styles that you could choose from, and if Carrie's watching, she has probably posted the link to the product. If not, you can look at the post that I did just before I got started. I went ahead and gave you the link to the product page, and you can just, if you're interested in a kit, you can choose your kit and just choose your color, whether it's fuchsia with a yellow center, or orange with a green center, daffodil with a brown center, and red with a green center. And those are in stock and not really very expensive. Okay, and I'm just going to keep working around doing the petals. I guess this is basketball night. Most people are going to basketball games this time of the year, I guess. I haven't even been to one all year. Carrie just got back from market in Dallas. And, of course, at this market, she was ordering things for the Christmas season this coming year. But some of the trends that we saw, of course, I went to the market in Atlanta. It just kind of varies from year to year, what you see in the showrooms. I didn't see a lot of gingerbread stuff this year. But last year, it was just gingerbread stuff everywhere. Still a lot of natural or nature owls and animals and bark and snowy stuff. A lot of that. Some white and gold. Of course, always red and green. Didn't see a lot. A good bit of multicolor. Sometimes you see a lot of candy theme things one year, and then the next year you won't see as much. It's just strange how it trends and then fades out and then comes back again. We have several wreath kits planned. Okay, I'm just working around the outer ring, putting 2 petals in each twist on the outer ring of the 10-inch wreath. We have several kits that we have planned to do tutorials for this year. We're just waiting for some of the items to come in. Some of the shipping has been rather disappointing this year, I guess, to say the least. I think we got some Valentine products last week, so that just goes to show, you know, your best intentions, you know, when you go to market and you plan and you buy all these things that, you know, are going to be shipped months before you need them. And then, like I say, you get Valentine ribbon and signs the week after Valentine. So it doesn't help much for this season, but we'll maybe have a head start on next season. What do you think will be your favorite color of this flower wreath? The fuchsia or the orange? Of course, the daffodil. We have a sunflower mesh that is a little deeper yellow than the daffodil. The daffodil is more like the color of a buttercup or something, maybe. Okay, so now I've gone all the way around the outer ring with 2 petals of the fuchsia. And now I'm going to start on the inner ring. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 twists on the inner ring. Get some more mesh that fell off in the floor. I'm going to continue to put 2 petals. If you just dropped in, this is Jeannie from Trendy, and we're making a flower wreath. This is in a kit. You can pick out the color that you want. Fuchsia, orange, red, or daffodil. And that link should be posted out there somewhere. It's only like $31.97, so it's a really fairly inexpensive wreath to make. This is very, very much spring. But I'm just putting 2 petals, and once you get your petal attached, you kind of press it together and kind of, so the leaves will point out that way, and then I'm just taking the twist and tucking it to the inside. if you will, share our link, please. And if you haven't liked our page, we hope that you'll like it. It's really hard lately to get notifications from pages, and Facebook changes so much, you know, all the time. But it will help if on a post, if you comment or share, comment, share, and like. A like helps, but a comment, thank you. I see some sharing and thumbs up coming across there. If you comment and share, that carries a little more weight than like. And if you do that, then chances are next time you will see more notifications from Trendy Tree. Plus, we've got to do that chat bot like Damon and Julie and some others use. I've just got to sit down and watch Damon's information again about how to set that chat bot up. We need to do that. It's just so hard to find time to get everything done. I'm going to use this piece last because I think it was the last one on the roll, and it's not making a nice a petal as I would like. I've got, let's see, got 3 pieces left, and I'm down to my last twist. So I'm gonna, and if I'm opening that twist back up, laying that second petal down, and then I'm reclosing that twist, and push those petals to the outside and take my twist and just push it to the inside. And I still have 2 or 3 pieces of mesh left, so I'm going to, okay, so you can see, you know, but there's a good bit of space between the twists, so I'm going to take a couple of these and make a pick, and I'm just going to attach an extra petal. Let me get a chenille stem. I don't have a chenille stem the same color, so just going to get a white one. So I'm going to take the chenille stem and just cut it in half, and then I'm going to make a petal just like I've made all the others, corner to corner, and then pinch it, turn it over, and then I'm going to take the chenille stem and I'm going to lay it right on top of that petal and bring it to the back side, and then I'm just going to twist it, and you've made sort of a pick. I've got my chenille stem, and then I'm going to find like a gap, like right there. I'm going to spread that chenille stem out and just slide it onto the wire ring of the wreath and catch it from the back side and just twist it on. Now that's going to slip and slide a little bit, but that's okay. It won't hurt anything. Once we get our center in there, it just really won't matter. But that will just kind of fill in that gap. And I'll just kind of do one on the opposite side. I've got these pieces of mesh cut. No need in wasting it. I might as well go ahead and use it. So I'm just going to make that pick and slide it over that inner ring. Just secure it from the back. We're not going to worry so much about what the back of the wreath looks like right now. Push those petals out to the front. Okay, so now we have our center that we're going to put in. So that's going to fit right over that center of the wreath. Now this is made out of styrofoam, and it's like a grassy, and it's going to be messy. It's a grassy like thing. So what I did, I took a floral pick. I don't have a steel pick machine, and I just cut that end off at a point. And I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue. I'm just going to take that and just kind of poke it in the side of that, kind of toward the back, and kind of make a hole. And then I'm just going to put a little hot glue on it, not a lot. Put that back in the hole. And that floral wire, it has a little wire around it. I'm not going to secure this just, you could put 4 pegs on this. I'm not going to put that many because I'm just going to, for my purposes tonight, I'm going to just put that in there. I'm going to push that in a little more. Okay, so I've got the wire from my floral pick. Now that wire will pull off if you're not careful too, so you may want to do something else. But I'm just going to fit that on the center, and then I'm going to reach in from the back side, from the underneath side, and secure that wire to the work wreath frame. You could do the same thing with the chenille stem, which would probably be more secure than using this wire from this little floral pick, but I'm trying to do this kind of as quickly as I can and not hold you too long. Ouch. That grass will stick you. Okay, so now I've got my center, and you can see I've got a little bit of gap right there that I think I need to do another flower pick. Sorry, my rolls rolled off. So I'm just going to make another little pick with the chenille stem. Okay. And then hold that up, and I think I need to use that right there. I could use another one right over here, and that would be my last piece. No, here I've got more pieces. What am I saying? I thought I had used them all, but I've still got some pieces right here. So I'm just going to make another pick, and you could do, you could use a little piece of fine floral wire for this, so that you wouldn't have that little bit of white showing. I'm trying to kind of attach it and kind of poke it up under that flower center a little bit so that white doesn't show. But you can always touch that up with a little hot glue, pull those pieces of fabric mesh together to kind of cover up over that chenille stem. And just kind of work around your wreath on that center, and just get it as full as you need to cover up all your gaps. So I think that's about 4 pieces that I've added so far. 3 or 4. Let's see. 3. This will be the 4th piece, 4th extra piece that I've added. Just take your little ends of your chenille stem and thread it over that work wreath frame and reach in from the back. And you know, you can always make a hanger for your wreath using a couple of chenille stems, floral wire, or zip ties. And there's another place I think I could use one. I still got a couple more pieces left after this one. I appreciate y'all dropping in tonight, especially on a Friday night and people are so busy. And it's just, after you've worked all week, everybody wants to just relax and take it easy. So I really appreciate it. I really do. Okay, so I think that's about it. And you can, like I say, you can secure up. Well, I see one more place. I'm just going to go ahead and put one more in. You can secure that center. You know, you could put, to make it more secure, probably put 4 insertion pieces. Whether you use, you know, you can use, fold a chenille stem, poke a hole, and, you know, fold your chenille stem and put it down in there, or a steel picks machine. You could do that. You could even use a small dowel, or you could even stick a toothpick in it and wrap some wire around it. And I know a lot of you wreath makers, you've been making wreaths a lot longer than I have. You probably have a better way to do it. And I really like the flower center those. I think that's going to be, it makes it a little easier for sure. Okay. Okay. But there you go. That's it. And let's see about how big it is. Of course, you got to clip strings. Now, all mesh ravels, that's about 28 inches. Now, all mesh ravels, it doesn't matter what kind it is, it all ravels. It does help if you clip strings rather than pull. If you start pulling strings, you kind of get a never-ending, it just never ends. So clip, and I haven't used it on fabric mesh, but we have experimented with Elmer's Craft Bond spray adhesive. We've done that on paper mesh. Sprayed it, you know, like right on these cut edges. And if you do that, spray it on the cut edges, and then you have to kind of lift out your petals so they don't mat down and get all stuck. So you might want to experiment with that before actually doing it. Try it on a scrap, see how it works for you. Everybody's climates are different, and that does make a difference. Whereas Elmer's craft glue might work for you, something else might work for somebody else. But this will be a kit, and you can pick out whether you want red with a green center, like that, or orange. I thought I would do orange with the green center too. Orange with the green. And then we have daffodil and the brown. So all the kits will all have the lime fabric mesh. And then you just pick out whether you want orange, red, daffodil, or fuchsia. And then we'll have a center in there too. And if we get a chance next week, we may do an orange one with the green center just to show you what it would look like. But that's what I have, and that's our wreath. And I appreciate so much you're watching tonight. Again, this product is on the website. It's at Trendy Tree, and you can choose what color you want. Again, thanks for dropping in. We hope that you'll like our page before you leave and share our link with your friends. And we'll come back next week and do something else. Thanks for dropping in. See you later. Good night.